Today we are going to be answering the question, is homeschooling worth it? Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I'm a mom of 3 kids, ages 10, 3, and 1. And today I am part of a collaboration with Daisy from Journey in the Home and several other homeschool moms sharing about if we think homeschooling is worth it, why or why not. So you will find a link down in the description box to the playlist so that you can go see why everyone else thinks that homeschooling is or is not worth the trouble. So just a little disclaimer here. This is our family's opinion on why homeschooling is worth it to us. And if you were to survey other families, like the ones that are a part of this collaboration, you will find that people have all sorts of different answers as to why they think homeschooling is worth it or not. Homeschooling impacts each family differently. So this is just our family's opinion. And I did survey my husband and my daughter to see what they thought were the answers to this question. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go kind of in reverse order from the least to the greatest reason why we think homeschooling is worth it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, especially if you enjoy homeschooling content and homeschool planning and curriculum reviews, things like that. So today I have 7 reasons why our family thinks that homeschooling is worth it. Number 7 is we care more about our kids than anyone else does. There is no teacher on the planet, no instructional assistant in a classroom, nobody else is going to care about our kids the way that we do. And that is really important to remember when you're homeschooling, because sending your kids to other people to teach them has its benefits for sure, but we get to be the ones to see our kids learning different things. We get to see those light bulb moments when they learn something new for the first time. And it's just so enjoyable for us to be able to see their growth and their progress. And we care about them more than anybody else does. Number 6, we get more time together as a family. Now, my husband might not be home all day long because yes, he is at work. But in general, our family has a lot more together time because we are home together. Now, where I live, the kids that live around us, they get on the bus at about 8:30 in the morning. They go to school, they do their thing, they get home at about 3:45 in the afternoon. So that's about 7 hours that they are gone from getting on the bus to getting off the bus. And so when I think about all of those hours, so if let's say you have 150 days in your school year, let's just say, I think the school that I taught in was somewhere in the 160s, but let's just say that your kids went to school for 150 days per year. They would be away from you for 1,050 hours of the year. And when you think about all of the time that they spend being influenced by other people, by other kids, by other adults in the school, we are just so glad that our kids can be home with us and that we are the main influence in their lives. And yes, they do go to extracurricular activities, and we go to church and they have teachers there, and they go to dance classes and have teachers there and other things like that. But we are the main people influencing their education, their values, and things like that. So if you think about this in more of the long term, over the course of kindergarten through 12th grade, that is a total of 13,650 hours that they are away at school and not with you. So when our kids are home with us, they have an opportunity to grow in sibling relationships. And yes, there's sibling squabbles and arguments and things like that, and disagreements that happen every day. But we get to also have conversations about how to work through those things and how to take care of each other as a family, because we work as a team and things like that. So even though it can be hard sometimes to be at home all together so many hours a week, it's also really good and helps us to grow as a family. Okay, number 5, we can raise our kids with Christian values and with a biblical worldview. We aren't sheltering them from society, but we are teaching them how to think critically when they make decisions, and to think about things from God's perspective. And we can teach them how to discern different decisions that they might need to make, or just navigating our culture, the types of books they read, the types of shows that they watch, just different cultural influences that can happen. We don't have a lot of TV and social media and just shows that we watch in our home. That's just kind of what we've chosen to do, but we talk about it all the time, and kind of the reasons why we don't, have so much technology in our house and just kind of a free-for-all. And so it helps our kids just understand why we have made those decisions. Number 4, we can enjoy a slower morning routine and not have to worry about rushing out the door by a certain time. This allows us to wake up at our more natural times, even though, for instance, my husband wakes up to an alarm every morning because he has to get up and get ready for work. That's not the time he would naturally wake up. And not that I am an advocate for sleeping till 10 o'clock every day, although that does happen occasionally for some of us, not me usually, because the little kids are up. But sometimes we do have to use an alarm clock so that we can get up at the right time. But we don't have to worry about rushing to leave for anything right away. We do wind up doing that often on Sunday mornings because church is usually a little earlier. We get there by 7:30 or about 9, depending on which service we go to. Another reason why that is really helpful is that we go to small group, our church small group, once a week, and it's kind of, a later night for us, and we don't have to worry about the kids being overly tired the next day. We have a small group on Thursday night, and Fridays we don't do as much school anyway, so we can sleep a little bit later if we need to, so that we can enjoy being together with the other families in our small group. Number 3, we have more time for social activities. And this can be things that are during the daytime or in the evenings. And we don't have to feel like we never get to see our kids. I remember a couple years ago, my daughter, most of the kids in her dance class or classes are public school kids. And she was talking to me one night about how this group of girls in her class, they're all friends from school and things, they are in dance classes multiple nights per week. They play different sports and things like that. They have siblings that play sports. And my daughter asked me, she's like, when do they ever see their family? And that's a great question. They don't. They have weekends, of course, but those can often be busy with things too. So we feel like we have, it's okay for her to be involved in things in the afternoons and evenings because she is home and with us for all the other times of the day. And so she has more social time that she can go and do things and not feel like, she's gone from home 24 hours a day. Number 2, homeschool curriculum and resources can be expensive, but they are not nearly as expensive as sending your kids to private school, private Christian school. Even where we live, there are 2 main Christian schools that are within about a half an hour from us. And one of them is half the cost of the other, but still it would be hundreds of dollars per month to be able to send just one child there. I remember when we were first starting to think about school for our daughter, my daughter was in preschool at the time, and that was about, I want to say $800 a month at the time. This was before 2019. I think it was about 2018 that we were thinking about starting to homeschool. And I had looked into the private school that is a little farther away from where we live, but closer to where I worked at the time. And it was going to cost like $950, I think, per month just for her to be able to go. And that wasn't even with before and after school care. Since I worked, I would need to drop her off early and pick her up late from school. So that can get really, really expensive. And in our first year homeschooling, when she was in kindergarten, I think I spent like $700 total because I had nothing as far as school supplies and curriculum and things like that. So I was really doing everything from scratch. But it is way more cost effective to homeschool. Plus, you get to actually teach your own kid. And so that is a huge benefit. Now, our very top reason why homeschooling is worth it to us was actually, I had asked my husband and my daughter's opinions on this topic before I had even started laying out my opinions. And her opinion is probably my very top reason why homeschooling is worth it to us. And she said, homeschooling allows her to learn at her own pace. She can research topics that interest her, and she can spend time on them that she wouldn't normally have if she wasn't here because she's at school. She thinks that she would be bored at school because she would have to stay on pace with her classmates, and she wouldn't be able to kind of go at her own pace. I can completely tailor her education to exactly what she needs and when she needs it. I always like to tell the story, and I've told it before here on my channel, that when she was in kindergarten, I was teaching her how to read with the All About Reading curriculum. And my plan was to do level 1 in kindergarten, level 2 in first grade, level 3 in second grade, and level 4 in third grade. And we were just going to go through the progression 1 per year because that's what I thought we should do. And in January, we were on a walk to the library, and she just all of a sudden says, "Mom, can we start doing reading a little bit faster? I really want to learn how to read more quickly than what you're teaching me." And at the time, we were doing about 2 lessons a week, and I would split them up over 4 days. We'd do like half a lesson one day, half a lesson the next, and then continue on like that. And so I was like, well, sure, let's try it. And so we started doing 4 lessons a week, and I would just kind of shorten up repetitions and the amount of work that she needed to do because she was reading really well. And so we wound up finishing all 4 levels by the end of first grade. So 4 levels in 2 years, which I know other people do. That's not anything too crazy. It's just that that was not my plan. And because she expressed the desire to do it at a different pace, I listened to her, we tried it, and it went fine. And so that just goes to show that when you can tailor your child's education, they have a lot more buy-in, and they have a lot more interest in learning because they have an opinion and they can help you make decisions. And that has really worked in our homeschool. And towards the end of each school year, what I like to do is to kind of go through everything that we did that year, kind of check in with her. And I do this throughout the year as well, but check in with her on like, how does she like this curriculum? Does she love it? Does she hate it? Is it just kind of would she want to do it again? Things like that. And it really helps me to make choices for the coming school year to decide on what curriculum we're going to go with, and you know, things like that, where if it was just up to me, I would have certain things that we would have done, and that's just how it would be, and she would just do what I said and probably not really like it because it wouldn't be something that she helped to choose. I don't have to stick to a curriculum that we really don't like if we don't want to. We can either drop it in the middle of the year or just not get it again the next year. We can make changes when we need to and when we want to fit kind of the season that we're in. And I really enjoy that. So thank you so much for watching today, and thank you to Daisy from Journey in the Home for hosting today's collaboration. Don't forget to check out the playlist down in the description box to find all of the other moms that are sharing about why they think homeschooling is worth it or not. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you have a particular reason that you think homeschooling is worth it? I would love to know. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and click the bell and all of those things. Share this video with someone that you know who might be considering homeschooling. Sometimes when we are trying to figure out what is right for our family, it's good to hear other people's perspectives on how it's going for them. So you might consider sharing this video with a friend. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I hope you guys are all having a great day, enjoying some sunshine, hopefully, maybe somewhere next to a pool. Don't forget to drink your water. Mine is almost needing a refill here, but don't forget to drink your water, and we will see you next time.